You're listening to Her Confidence Her Way podcast announcement. Hey ladies, it's Emmy, the host of Her Confidence Her Way podcast. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this announcement as well. If you have already listened to those previous 2 episodes, then you know that Her Confidence Her Way podcast season 3 is just ending. What does this mean to you and myself? First, I would love to say thank you so much for your support. You are listening to this episode because maybe some of the messages are connecting some way that you like to listen to these woman empowerment, or you have a similar experience like I have. Or it could be something that some of the messages are really, really hitting your heart, right? And that was my intention, and that was my hope. I know I'm not the only one who is struggling with the language, culture, and most importantly, self-confidence. And I hope you get my message that self-confidence is something that starts from you. And this is something that, yes, you can work for it, you can build for it. You do not have to have self-confidence to start something, but you just have to start something so that way you can start building your own self-confidence, right? Okay, I kind of feel a little sad, and I'm not going to cry about it, but I have been thinking about where I want to go and the needs for my skills and my experience in the message. And I would love to make a special announcement that I will be back. However, there's the however, I will be back with a completely different, it could be a different podcast name. So make sure you're subscribing to this podcast, and you're going to be still getting the new episode. Possibly a different podcast name, different styles with are you ready for this special announcement part? The drum roll. Okay, that was a bad one. Anyhow, with a co-host. What does this mean? That means I am going to have another host with me, so that way we can have this conversation of self-confidence, the self-worth, and this whole the whole message of that woman empowerment. The language, I am not sure if I'm going to do this in English or Japanese, but as you guys know, English is getting stronger for me just because I speak 90% of the time in English. However, I know there are a lot of women out there who are also wanting to really understand the message, and in order for them to do so, that also needs to be Japanese as well. So I am trying to meet in the middle. If you are listening to this podcast just because you want to improve your English, there are so many million other great English podcasts, so you can definitely listen. And this is going to be the next episode, next podcast theme, and everything is really going to be something that is going to be I'm going to call it like a little movement. I want to be the changer to shake the society of Japan, or not necessarily like Japan, but Japanese women, and the idea of who we should be. Okay, with that said, I want you to remember that the domain, those who don't know what domain is, so my website has been www.theemmystyle.com. That does not exist anymore, and it all has been shifted to Bilingual Working Mom, where I am also going to start blogging about my life as a working mom and how I am raising my kids as a bilingual kids. So I am going to talk about that as well. Alright, I am going to do this in Japanese as well. 皆さん、ポッドキャストを今まで聞いてくれてどうもありがとうございます。皆さんのおかげでシーズン3も終わることができました。で、これからどうなるのか、このポッドキャストがどうなるのかって思ってる方もいらっしゃると思います。I am not ending Why am I saying this in English? Oh my god. このポッドキャストが終わるわけではないんですけれども、少しまた方向性を変えていきたいと思います。今まででも私は方向性を変えて、ポッドキャストの名前も変わったので、I hope it's not a surprise for you. 驚くことではないのかもしれないですね。そして、今後なんですけれども、このポッドキャストでは、なんと、ホスト、私ともう一人の方をホストにお迎えして、新しいまたポッドキャストとなります。なので、もしもまたまた続けてこのポッドキャストを聞きたいなと思っている方は必ず subscribe。日本語では何て言うんですかね。購入って言うんですかね。なんかおかしい感じがするんですけども、subscribe ボタンがあると思うので、そこをただヒットするだけで、次の新しいエピソードが来るときに、皆さんの電話またはコンピューターの方にもダウンロードされるので必ずお願いいたします。もしくはソーシャルメディアですね。私のEmiko Rasmussen EMIKO RASMUSSEN 私のソーシャルメディアの方でフォローしていただくと必ず私の新しいアナウンスメントも聞こえてくると思います。方向性としては、今までとも同じ通り女性のエンパワーメントなんですけれども、もっともっとそうですね、マインドセットだったり、自分のセルフコンフィデンスだったり、あとは、日本語だとなかなか I don't have any paper 今本当にこれ紙もなくただただ話しているので I need to do more research 言語とかも何の言葉を使ってポッドキャストをやるかっていろいろ考えているんですけどもおそらくこのようにミックスになってしまうことがたくさんあると思いますで必ず日本語でしっかり言いたいところはちゃんと Google して漢字の読み方もちゃんとお勉強してしっかりと準備しますのでご安心くださいそして私の、ウェブサイトの方なんですけれども今まではthemestyle.com だったんですけれどもそこから、ドメインが変わりまして今新しいウェブサイトは www.bilingualworkingmom.com です。このウェブサイトのアドレスで行くと今まで見えた同じアドレスの中のコンテンツが読めます。で、今後は私も、ワーキングマザーとしてのこのアメリカで子育てだったり、アメリカでこの働く自分のことを、ブログにして書いたり、もしかしたらまた別でポッドキャストを自分のそのブログのポッドキャストをするかもしれないんですけれども、今のところは I am not sure. I don't have a plan. 特にまだ予定は立てていません。もしもやりたいなと思ったらおそらくやると思います。It's just...That's the personality who I am 私はそんなやろうと思ったらやるという人なのでそんな感じです Okay, so if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always here. The best way to reach out to me would be Facebook or Twitter. And the email, of course, you can use herconfidenceherway@gmail.com. That's a good email address as well. If you want to be part of the community, I still have a community. It will also change because this podcast is changing as well, so it will be changing. However, currently it is Her Confidence Her Way. If you search that name in a Facebook group, you can definitely join. You're gonna have to answer a few questions. That's an easy peasy. All right, so that is all for today. It is kind of bitter and sweet. Like I said, this has been my passion project, and I have been always wanting to do a podcast, and I feel like I have done enough. I know that my message has spread around for those who needed to hear. And like I said, this year, my theme for this year is minimizing, right? So keep it simple and saying no to certain things and saying yes to the things that really matters. That means I may not gonna have this podcast every week because it does take a lot of time for me to edit, do the pre-recording, and also if I do the interview, then that's like another day for almost like 1 hour and a half recording, chatting, and all that stuff, and then go back and record, and then do images and all that. It does take time, and I want to spend more time with the family, and it sounds really selfish to you, but to be honest, self-care is not selfish. And it's so important to really think about what is important to you. So to me, family is very important. So that means I may reduce the frequency of releasing podcasts. However, less is better. Less is more. So if I have less frequency, that means I have more time to spend for producing this episode. That means the content is going to be better. And I hope you understand, and I hope that you would still support me in a way that, by listening or being part of the community. So thank you so much for all of your support again, and I will see you when I come back, and I hope you will be looking for the new episode and the new possibly podcast from me and my co-host. Okay, have a fantastic day. Thank you. Bye.